Hey there, great to see you today. Thanks for being here. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm a registered dietitian with a master's degree in human nutrition. So awesome to have you here. And if you are a returning viewer, awesome to have you back. Thanks for being here. All right, so today's topic is on pre-pregnancy nutrition. And this is a topic that's not really one that is discussed a lot. So, whether it's through, the community or probably your healthcare provider, it's just not something that's brought up and talked about. So today I wanted to share with you guys why pre-pregnancy nutrition is so important. So one thing is that we should not be thinking, I'll eat a healthier diet, or I'll change those bad habits when I become pregnant. No, we should really be thinking about changing unhealthy habits and eating a healthier diet at least 3 months to a year before we start trying to get pregnant. And there's a few reasons for this. So the one reason is that it'll actually help promote fertility. It'll actually help you to become pregnant. It'll increases your chances of getting pregnant. And on the other side of it is, if you're eating a really strict diet, you're being too restrictive or doing, some crazy fad diets, that actually could lead to infertility, which is obviously something we do not want. So making those changes earlier on, discontinuing some of those unhealthy habits and starting to consume a healthier diet, you will obviously take those new healthy habits into your pregnancy when you do get pregnant. So obviously those healthy habits will then benefit your pregnancy. And as you probably know, making changes to habits, whether it's quitting smoking or, cutting back on alcohol consumption or caffeine intake, it takes time to make those changes. So it's not something that, you should just say, oh, I'm going to quit this now, cold turkey. No, it takes time to develop those changes, to make healthier habits, and to stop those unhealthier habits. It takes time. So give yourself time, give yourself grace, give yourself the ability and the chance to make sure that you can make those changes gradually. So another thing is that making these changes earlier on is that it'll help promote a healthy weight. So unfortunately, if you are overweight or if you're obese, having an unhealthy weight during pregnancy or throughout pregnancy can actually lead to some unhealthy side effects or to unhealthy outcomes with that pregnancy and with the baby. So we don't want that. So we want you to be at a healthy weight. So consuming a healthier diet, making changes earlier on will hopefully help you to get down to a healthier weight or to help promote some weight loss if needed. And it's on the other side of the coin too. Maybe if you're really underweight, you want to eat, you want to nourish your body, become well nourished to then be able to conceive a child. And that goes more into that infertility side of things. So another major key thing to adopting healthier habits early on is that you are going to then build up some key nutrient stores in your body. So I have an analogy that I wanted to share with you guys to help drive this point home on the importance of building up our nutrient stores in our body to prepare our bodies for that baby. So think of your body as a car. Yes, a car. So obviously before we get into the car, if you have a car at home, before you get into it, you want to make sure that it has a full tank of gas, that it's had its regular oil changes, that the seat belts work, that the tires work and that they're on right and that they're inflated properly. You want to make sure all the components of that car are in working order and that it's ready to go before you put yourself in that car, before you put in that baby or those kids back in the back seat in their car seats. You want to make sure everything is working and to its full potential. And you want it to be safe, of course, safe and healthy. Yeah, so our bodies are like cars, right? So we want to make sure that our bodies are, like I said, at its full capacity, its full potential, at its, as healthy as they can be before we put a little baby inside of us to, for that baby to grow. We want our bodies to be prepared and ready to go for that little baby. So from a nutrition standpoint, one particular nutrient that comes in mind when it comes to making sure your body's ready to go for that baby is folic acid. And it's just so very important to make sure that your body's folic acid levels are, at where they should be before you get pregnant, because doing so will help prevent birth defects, including, with the brain and the spinal cord of the baby. And it's important to note that birth defects typically occur within that 3 to 4 weeks of pregnancy. So it's just a good reminder that, earlier on in pregnancy, these things can occur, these birth defects can occur. So it's just good for us to always strive to have a healthy diet, allow our bodies to be as healthy as they can, because you actually sometimes you don't even know you're pregnant at that time. So if you are if you are trying to get pregnant, it's just so very important to start as soon as possible to cut bad habits out and to consume a healthy diet. Make sure your body is as healthy as it can be. All right, so you made it this far. High five. Please consider hitting that like button down below if you like the video so far. All right, so now I wanted to touch on some key nutrients. Now I should step back and say that all nutrients are super, super important when it comes to pregnancy, pre-pregnancy, during pregnancy, all of that. So I'm not just saying just focus on these nutrients. No. Sorry, the trash man's out there if you hear. Bye. Anyway, so basically all nutrients are important. I want to make sure you're focusing on getting all nutrients, but these are some nutrients in particular I just wanted to touch on because they are important for pregnancy and pre-pregnancy. Okay, so as I mentioned before, folic acid, very important nutrient. And the recommendation is that you try to get in about 400 micrograms of folic acid daily. So there's a few things that folic acid is beneficial for when it comes to pregnancy, and that includes preventing premature birth, low birth weight, cleft palate or cleft lip, miscarriage, and preeclampsia. So what foods are rich in folic acid? We got fortified breakfast cereals, legumes, eggs, leafy greens, citrus fruits, broccoli, and nuts and seeds. So another important nutrient is iron, and you should be consuming about 18 milligrams of iron daily. So iron is important because it helps your body to produce all of that blood that you need for obviously your own body, but as well as that growing baby. Iron is also important to help deliver oxygen to your body as well as that growing baby's body. Iron is also important for infant brain development as well as preventing low birth weight, and it also helps prevent early birth. So foods that are rich in iron include fortified cereal, dried fruit, beans, peas, lentils, dark leafy greens, red meat, and other meat products. So a little pro tip here is to consume vitamin C rich foods along with that iron rich food to help promote iron absorption in your body. So another important nutrient is protein. And you should be consuming about 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. So as we know, protein is the building block to all the tissues in your body. So including that growing baby. And protein intake actually has a significant impact on your baby's birth weight. So it's important to make sure that you're consuming an adequate amount of protein to make sure that your baby develops and grows and has a healthy birth weight. So as you probably know, foods that are higher in protein include meat, fish, dairy, eggs, beans, peas, lentils, quinoa, whole grains, nuts and seeds, and soy products. So you're getting your animal-derived proteins as well as your vegetarian-derived protein sources here. All right, another important nutrient, which is probably like my all-time favorite nutrient, is omega-3 fatty acids. So omega-3s are our essential fatty acids because our bodies don't produce them. The goal is for you to get in 1.1 to 1.4 grams of DHA and EPA omega-3s daily. So one important benefit to omega-3s is that it can help reduce the symptoms of depression. So that's really important for especially moms who deal with postpartum depression. And omega-3s also help support brain and eye development in our babies. So foods that are rich in omega-3s include fish, of course, low mercury fish, especially throughout pregnancy. You don't want to eat fish that's potentially high in mercury. And you're gonna wanna consume fish about twice a week. If you don't like fish, then I would recommend taking an omega-3 supplement. So you can get omega-3 supplements that are derived from fish oil or other marine oils. Or if you're vegetarian or vegan, you could take an algae-derived omega-3 supplement. And my trash man's back. Quiet down! All right, another important nutrient to mention is calcium. And you should be consuming about 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily. So interestingly, if your calcium intake is insufficient during pregnancy, your baby will actually pull calcium from your own bone tissue to help support its own development. So it's so important to establish good calcium storage in your body in advance. So foods that are rich in calcium include, as we know, dairy foods, as well as sardines, salmon, shrimp, leafy greens like collard greens and kale, soybeans, figs, broccoli, oranges, and other fortified foods. So the last little piece I wanted to talk about is just the importance of taking a multivitamin, because if you're not consuming a balanced diet, you're not eating a variety of foods, it would be a good thing to do to take a multivitamin, again, well in advance, just to build up those nutrient stores, get your body prepared and ready to go for a pregnancy. I like to think of multivitamins as just kind of like nutrition insurance. A multivitamin will just help fill any nutrition gaps in your diet. So what diet will help you get in all of these nutrients that we talked about today, as well as all of the other important nutrients that our bodies need to help your body get ready for pregnancy? So if you watch some of my other videos, you might know what I'm about to say, but the diet that I would recommend is the Mediterranean style diet. So the Mediterranean style diet emphasizes whole grain foods, fruits, vegetables, beans, herbs, spices, nuts, as well as healthy fats from olive oil, avocados, as well as the healthy fats we get from fish. So this diet recommends consuming fish at least twice a week. It also focuses on moderate portions of dairy foods, eggs, and the occasional poultry. And it encourages infrequent servings of red meat and sweets. So the Mediterranean style diet is a pro-pregnancy diet, and definitely one I would recommend to really anybody. And if you're interested in learning more about the Mediterranean style diet, I have a link down below to a website. It's Old Ways, and they just go in depth, in detail on the Mediterranean style diet and just gives you all the details. So click on the link down below if you guys want more information on the Mediterranean style diet. So what is the main take home that I want you guys to leave with today? So one thing is just to start making changes sooner rather than later. So especially if you're trying to cut out some bad habits, or if you're trying to, eat a healthier diet, start sooner rather than later, just to make sure that your body is ready to go, prepared for that new baby. So regardless of the diet that you follow, I want you to just focus on consuming a variety of food. So I like to think about Skittles, which I know is not like the healthiest food item in the world, but I like the slogan that they say,
discover the rainbow, taste the rainbow.
That's it. I want you to eat the rainbow. I want you to eat a variety of foods, from all of the food groups out there. So do your best to do that. Again, make small changes, add in, healthier foods here and there with each of your meals. And that, that's all it really takes, is just doing your best to eat a balanced diet and eating a variety of foods. So eat the rainbow, and eat your Skittles if you want to too. But that's just it. I don't want you to restrict your diet in any way. I want you, to not feel like you're depriving yourself. So I always like to say, treat yourself every day. So that's basically my motto, don't restrict yourself, treat yourself. All right, I will leave it at that today. So if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. And also let me know where you're at on your journey. Are you pregnant? Are you trying to get pregnant? Are you struggling with nutrition? What's on your mind? What's going on in your world? I'd love to hear from you, so please comment down below. But with that, thanks again so much for coming by today. It was awesome to have you here. Thanks for watching the video. All right, so take care, stay strong, be cool, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.